In the Shinigami realm, a Shinigami named Ryuk seems preoccupied with something while the alternative Shinigami relax and gamble. Meanwhile, Light Yagami, in his high college English elegance, observes his classmates gambling video games and whispering, ignoring the lesson. On the manor home, numerous crimes are being reported through public television. Ryuk and Light in their respective worlds think about how rotten the world has become. The next day in magnificence, Light sees a pocketbook fall to the floor. He retrieves the pocketbook after faculty. At home, he doubtfully goes over the guidelines written inside the pocketbook and comes to a decision to test it with the aid of writing down the call of a crook involved in a hostage situation on live TV. After 40 seconds, as he is about to turn the TV off, the hostages run out of the constructing unhurt. The crook dropped useless of a heart attack, and Light is astonished. Still not absolutely satisfied it become now not a accident, Light comes to a decision to check the notebook a 2D time. He makes a decision towards killing Pseudo, a bully at his college, to avoid killing all people he truly knows. On his manor home from cram school, he sees a motorbike gang abusing a younger lady. Hearing that the chief's name is Takuo Shibuimaru, Light walks into a shop and writes Takuo's name in some of variations, to ensure he spells his name successfully. To further test the notebook, Light writes in the reason of demise to be a sight visitor's twist of fate. 40 seconds later, Takuo is struck via a passing truck. Realizing that he has killed people, Light is violently ill. In the Shinigami realm, the opposite Shinigami giggle at Ryuk for dropping his death note in the Human International. Expressionlessly, he sprouts wings and flies through the portal. Light arrives home from faculty and offers his mom the effects of the national practice exam. He waves off and gives a praise for putting first and goes to his room to be on my own. Opening up the death note, numerous pages of the pocketbook are full of names. Ryuk scenes, and Light screams and falls out of his chair in wonder. Ryuk introduces himself as the Shinigami who dropped the notebook. Collecting himself, Light informs Ryuk that he has been looking ahead to him. Ryuk is impressed with the quantity of instances Light has used the death note in only 5 days and elements Light with greater facts about the notebook. Light explains that he has been killing criminals with coronary heart attacks, anticipating humans to start understanding that someone is passing judgment on them. He has tasked himself with cleaning the arena of evil and expects that once human beings recognize a person is watching them and killing evildoers, all people else will conform to good. While Ryuk wonders if this may make Light the most effective evil character left, Light brushes this aside and claims that he is one in every of Japan's top students who will reign over a new world as God. Ryuk seems happy that he has discovered some things so exciting within the human world. The next started out in Light's high school English elegance, wherein Light translates a sentence into Japanese. After college, a person asks if Light desires to cling out, but he claims he is busy. At home, Light begins coming into more criminals' names into the death note as the news announces their names and faces. He tells Ryuk he has to work difficult due to the fact the time he gets to write down in the pocketbook is restrained due to his studies and problem for his health. Light's sister, Seiyu, knocks on his door to get assist along with her homework. Light at once stashes the pocketbook in his drawer and weakens his sister in. Ryuk warns Light that if she had been to touch the Death Note, she would be capable of see him. Light curses the fact that Ryuk waited until now to reveal such an essential rule to him, but continues a relaxed face as he allows his younger sister along with her math homework. Meanwhile, the International Criminal Police Organization starts its meeting. Chief tells the younger man that L is the name taken on by way of a mysterious individual whose real name and identity are unknown. L has been able to clear up every case given to him with the aid of the ICPO, who view him as their trump card. The room's silence is damaged by a member who questions how they'll even be capable of touch L within the first region, especially considering the fact that he is recognized to only tackle instances that interest him. This question is straightaway spoke back by using a tall man in a trench coat, whose face is hidden through his hat. The guy, who the leader in brief explains is Watari, the ICPO's only touch to L, states that L has already been investigating the case. He opens a computer to display a massive letter, L. A scrambled voice starts off evolved Speak Me from the computer. Introducing himself as LL informs Interpol that he'll need the cooperation of every organization being represented within the ICPO, especially the Japanese task force, seeing that he has suspicions that the mass assassin is living in Japan. Meanwhile, Light has devised a lure to save everybody from ever touching the notebook. He opens a drawer in his desk to reveal a normal diary, which could interest every person snooping round enough to forestall there. Underneath the diary, however, is a false backside hiding the death note that, if pried open incorrectly, will set fire to the notebook and Light's desk. Light frivolously tells Ryuk that he could an awful lot select risking a house fireplace over the notebook's discovery and a dying sentence. As greater criminals die of heart attacks, the general public dubs the entity behind all of it as Kira. While news reviews forget about the fact that Kira has emerged from the killings, the advent of many fan websites is sufficient proof to realize that most people, particularly in online anonymity, are welcoming Kira with open palms. A special broadcast airing global from the ICPO interrupts the television software. A guy in a fit introduces himself as Lind L. Taylor, alias L. The Japanese task force watch the live broadcast in surprise that L is revealing his face for the primary time. Taylor berates Kira for his crimes and claims he's going to face justice. Only whilst he states that what Kira is doing is evil does Light react angrily, writing Taylor's name within the pocketbook. 40 seconds later, Taylor collapses and is dragged off camera, and the display screen switches to L's insignia. L's scrambled voice sounds awestruck by way of the proof that Kira has the capability to kill while not having to be there in character. Light curses L for being one step ahead of him as L name-callings and demanding situations him. In turn for the evidence of his competencies, L famous to Kira that the global airing turned into handiest being aired within the Kanto vicinity of Japan, and he has narrowed down Kira's location and recognized Kira's first sufferer. The police are amazed and encouraged with the aid of the flip of events. Light collects himself and he and L swear to hunt each different down, as they both agree with themselves to be justice. The police review their information at the Kira case, and L, through Watari's laptop, states it is very in all likelihood that Kira is a scholar. At the cease of the assembly, L asks the police to investigate if the sufferers' faces have been proven in the media prior to their deaths. That nighttime, Light is at home helping Seiyu with her homework while their father, Soichiro Yagami, comes home. Thanks to his father's position as chief of police, Light is capable of stay one step in advance of the investigation by way of hacking into his PC over their shared home community. He discovers that the police are suspecting that Kira can be a student. Mentally reviewing the regulations of the Death Note, Light starts off evolved manipulating the times of dying in order that criminals die while he's conducting everyday activities at college. The police maintain any other assembly to discuss the 46 deaths that took place over the previous 2 days exactly 1 hour apart from each other. L concludes that Kira can manage the time of death and is flaunting it, concluding to himself that Kira have to get entry to police facts. Light famous to Ryuk that L will quickly start suspecting people within the police pressure, and when the police discover that he's investigating them, they'll grow to be irritated and investigate L. When the police locate him, Light could be capable of remove him. At the NPA, 3 guys give their resignation letters to Chief Yagami. They confirm that every one of the sufferers' faces had been proven earlier than they died, and unlike L, as policemen, their names and faces are publicly regarded. Later, Watari informs L that the FBI has entered Japan in order to research police employees. On the way home from faculty, Ryuk tells Light that there's a person following him, but makes it clear that he isn't doing it due to the fact he is on Light's aspect, but simply due to the fact having a person following them creeps him out. At domestic, Ryuk famous to Light that Shinigami write human beings' names in their death notes a good way to increase their lifespans, and that Shinigami can see the name and lifespan of any human they study. Ryuk knows precisely how tons time Light has left and offers Light a deal. He can deliver Light the power of his Shinigami eyes in change for 1/2 of his final lifespan. Even though his remaining lifespan could be halved, Light admits he could be capable of use the Death Note more effectively. Thanks for watching. Future parts will be pinged as a comment below.